Hey, what's up, guys? Carl from TDG here. Figured we'd pop in and give a first weekend update on the character from the 0.3 Path of Exile 2 expansion. So we ended up going with a Blood Mage, currently at level 78. We have something along the lines of, I believe it's about 30 hours played on the character, 32 hours played on the character. Not gonna lie, this wasn't my fastest leveling experience that I've ever had. I really took my time to enjoy the Act 4 and the Interlude Acts, really slowing us down there. But anyway, with no further ado, let's jump into this. We are doing some normal Blood Mage shenanigans with the Life Remnants here, Remnant Potency, and the Harmonics. Spell Slinger we'll talk about a little later, but we're using Snap, Harmonic Remnants, and Boundless Energy. We're using this to generate some infusions. Ember Fusillade, that's our main skill, with some compressed duration to make it go off quicker. Considered casting, as well as Wild Shards 2 and Fork. We're using Fork because we don't have the Snake Pit ring. Crazy expensive right now, about a 13 div ring, I believe the last time I checked. Normal Despair setup or Curse setup. Going for Heightened Cursed, Efficacy, and then Focus Cursed. Fireball, this is a little funsies. We just kind of throw this out when we get the infusions going on, but that's got some Considered Casting, some Unleash, and then the Nova Projectiles, Withering Presence with the Prolonged Duration, Siphon Elements, and then Time of Need. With the less effect to make it trigger quicker. If we jump in and look at our items, all of this gear here is going to be solo self-found or crafted ourselves. The only exception, I believe, is this wand and maybe this ring. But we'll take a peek here. We have some extra damage on this wand, and then we have the plus level to all fire gems. That's because our main skill is a fire skill. We have this Mask of the Sanglemancer. This actually dropped for me in like Act 2 or Act 3 during leveling. This is pretty good. This is alleviating our mana problem. If you take this off, you can see we can go all the way up. We have about 600 mana here, but a couple of casts of that and we would all of a sudden be in some big problems. This ends up looking like when we slap that back on, much more sustainable routine there. Anyway, going forward, we crafted this Stellar Amulet all by ourselves here. This was pretty nutty. We actually ended up using the Greater Orbs of Transmute here, as well as the Greater Augment. Got really lucky with this, regaled into some life, and then slam, and slam to get I believe it was the maximum energy shield. Then we hit like the cold res or the life regen. And actually the last slam we did actually gave us the +2 to all spells. So if you're keeping track here, that's +4 here, +2 here. We made this shield here with a +3 to all level spells. So 4, 3, and 2. That's 9, I believe, that we're adding in. We did that using the essences. We'll show that really quick. You want to use the perfect essence of sorcery for the +3 to either a wand or a focus. Coming down here, this is just a little life, little chaos damage, and then strength for more life, and then res. Boots, again, move speed, res, life, belt, life, res, chaos res, and gloves here again, life, very little bit of ES, really a little bit of res there too. Chest is nothing too insane. We have some decent life here and then a double res roll. But anyway, yeah, that's what this is looking like so far. Let's jump into the passive tree. All right, so you can see we have Sanglemancy to start off with. We had leveled with Essence Drain Contagion, so we had gone over here to Grasping Wounds first. After we were done with that and moving into our actual build, we took the base critical, getting a lot of damage from that. Once we did our conversion, you can see we have some green here and then some darker colors here. This is red. So this is the 2-weapon setup. So we have our curse setup here, which is basically taking every sort of curse magnitude that you can grab, as well as our red, which is going to be doing our crit damage. Something important here to note, we have this Thane-Gert's Rune of the Wilderness in there in the weapon for 25% chance to spawn extra projectiles. If you put that in combination here for 10, it'll be there for another 10. That's 20. 12 there is 32, is 38, is 44, and is 50. Well, when you slap that into here too, we have a 75% chance that every time we cast, we get 3 little balls that pop up rather than 1. That's a really nice way to get some consistency with our damage, as well as just really make it feel a little smoother. If we come over here, just more crit. Really anything crit on the tree is what we were going for. Our next couple of nodes are going to be coming out down here to grab a little bit of sustain. And then this is pretty cool. We actually got this ourselves, the Heart of the Well. This is going to be 2% move speed, 4% skill speed, more damage as extra fire, and then some crit chance. This thing's pretty sick. I know we're not really supposed to use tooltip as a measure of anything, but we go from 33,000 there to about 30. So we're catching about a 10% DPS increase just from that jewel. To me, that's pretty crazy. But anyway, so I will leave you guys with some content here of some clear and as well as some boss killing. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. This build is based off of Captain Lance's build, and that was actually what we ended up using as our basis when we flipped over, because I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do with Fireball. I wasn't really loving the way that it felt without the gear. That's probably from my perspective, me just being a noob when it comes to build crafting. And when I saw Lance's build go live, I was like, yeah, we have to try this. So yeah, that's what we're doing. And yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I will catch you all in the next one. Enjoy. All right, and this is a T10 map. We're going to do a full clear here, and we will also highlight the boss kill. We'll take a second to get ourselves up and rolling, and here we go. You can see as we kind of run through this, we're just trying to get going. We're just tapping that right click to get the Ember Fusillade going. Every time we get the infusions popping on our Fireball, we are just casting that off, really trying to keep that up as much as possible. Yeah, that's the old sprint mechanic, me not paying attention. I like to clear a little bit of this area out before popping it, just so I have a little bit of area to run if I need to. And then basically just gonna run in and pop that breach. So as the breach is going, this is not our first one, so we have a little bit of spec into this, and you can see it takes a little bit for us to get going, get that first rare down. But once we start getting the infusions rolling in and we start making some short work of these guys, we just start to absolutely shred everything. So right there you can see that's what the Fireball with the infusion looks like. We just start to run through and just start chunking them down, just really more or less pushing through the entire way. And one thing I've really loved about this playstyle is you are so much more tanky than you think. You know, you could see in the bottom left there, we have 2150 basically max life, but we are chronically up above about 3,000. And what makes that feel really good is the delay on the health globes. You'd never think that feels good to have a delay, but it actually does, because you can spend down all of your life and then still just get these chunky regens as they come through, which has been really, really fun to play with. And yeah, definitely would recommend if you haven't tried this out yet. But let's see, and we're going to grab 5 splinters. And then jumping right over to the end of the map, we have the Executioner boss at the end of this. And we're just going to demonstrate some quick, easy single target damage. So we get that full charge up, we get him cursed with despair, and then we just kind of sit back, stay out of the AoE, and just make it rain on him from afar. Really, he just never stood a chance here. That was quite the easy fight. Clear out the little trash mobs, and away we go. And just before we pop out, I figured I would throw in just a quick boss kill or so from the leveling process while we were doing the Contagion Essence Drain. And this is just what it looked like to kill Wrathbreaker, who is notoriously one of the banes of my existence. And this was just a super smooth, super easy kill. And this is really what you could expect leveling with this build the entire way through. You're never once going to be in danger and really just chomping at them the entire time. But anyway, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and catch us posting on a regular basis for POE 1, POE 2 content. We're going to try to have some thoughts coming out on the latest expansion. Me and Tim are going to sit down later this week and get one of those videos out there for you guys. And other than that, I'll catch you guys all in the next one. Peace.